Welcome to Eldon House. Today we're going to be discussing a difficult topic, colonialism. Eldon House is a historic house museum. The Harris family built this home in 1834, and they lived here for 125 years. In 1959, the fourth generation of the Harris family decided to donate the house, its artifacts, and gardens to the City of London. Eldon House became a historic house museum, and the gardens became a public park. The Harris family were avid international travelers, and like most Victorians, they were avid collectors. Today, Eldon House is filled with examples of international artifacts, including horns, weaponry, art, textiles, and more. Talking about Eldon House and about our collections can be difficult, because we have to acknowledge Eldon House as a colonial space. Colonialism is the process of an outside group of people coming into a different area or country and trying to establish themselves, taking ownership over the land, government, economy, people, and establishing their own settlements. Colonialism is detrimental to already established communities, as it takes away from their ownership over the land, themselves, government, economics, and it destroys culture. Canada itself is a colonial nation, where non-Indigenous groups came into Canada and established themselves here, with significant consequences to Indigenous communities. Eldon House sits on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Lenapehoak, and the Attawandaron people. In addition to our effects on Indigenous communities, Eldon House has a significant amount of international artifacts. The Harris family, like many Victorians, didn't understand the cultures that they were collecting from. When they went on their travels, they purchased artifacts thinking that it was a great example of a souvenir. But the problem was that they don't understand the significance of these pieces of art or of weaponry to a different culture. And bringing them back and displaying them in a colonial North American context takes away from the significance to that culture. Eldon House is trying really hard to acknowledge these facts, and our position as a colonial house and as a colonial museum has previously not been recognized, which is something we're trying to rectify. When visitors come to Eldon House, we understand that some of our artifacts, many of them colonial, will make our patrons feel uncomfortable. We would like to challenge our staff and our visitors to look at these artifacts and ask some important questions. We'd like to ask, who do these artifacts benefit? Whose stories do they ignore? How did these artifacts come to Canada? And what do these artifacts tell us about Victorian Canadians? By examining these questions, we can take a look at what colonialism means and what the impacts are on the past and on the present. Eldon House is continuing to acknowledge and learn and grow, and we ask our visitors to help us learn and grow. We welcome visitor feedback on our items in the collection, and we ask for visitors to talk to us about any artifacts that they feel uncomfortable with. We hope that we can continue to change and move forward and create a positive, accessible space for all Londoners. Thank you.